Waldo Emerson.
I wondered then, as I do now, whose life got changed more? Was it theirs or mine? Kids, parents, the island, me. I knew nothing would ever be the same. It shouldn't be. The river was rising with the tide. The tide was rising in the country. The water was wide. I wished my students a safe crossing.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's Hallmark Hall of Fame. Join us again in April for...
But Sergeant Adam Locke would not get the reception other soldiers have. No marching band, no parade, no special ceremony. Locke's return flight was a solo mission.
You know, it's not marching bands, but it is his family, and we all love him.
Locke served with the Individual Ready Reserve, called up when an active duty unit from Hawaii needed a medic. He left Vermont alone and returned alone too. His family wanted to make sure he felt appreciated.
He's just worked so hard, you know, and he's done a great thing, as all the soldiers have.
And it's the welcome Sergeant Locke had dreamed of.
I've been waiting for it for so long, I don't even know what to do. I'm still in shock, I think.
The soldiers come home one by one like this, but it happens more often than people think.
I would be curious to see what that number is. And then again, the active duty, you know, the sailors, the airmen, Marines that all serve with active duty units that come home after their tour really come home on their own.
Locke's family says it's not the ceremony that's important, but his arrival back home.
We're just so happy to have him back home and safe.
Kate Duffy, Channel 3 News, Burlington.
In Iraq tonight, 2 ABC journalists are fighting for their lives. Anchor Bob Woodruff and his cameraman Doug Voigt were traveling with Iraqi troops north of Baghdad when they were hit by a roadside bomb. Both men suffered serious head injuries and underwent surgery at a U.S. military hospital in the area. They are in stable condition tonight and will be evacuated in the next few hours to a medical facility in Germany. The on-again, off-again trial of Saddam Hussein fell into further chaos today. The former Iraqi leader's co-defendant had to be dragged out of court. Later, a defense lawyer was ejected. And finally, Saddam was escorted out after he refused his new court-appointed attorney. The trial has been plagued by delays, and once again, it was adjourned until later this week. A Norwich man died in a skiing accident in New Hampshire. 58-year-old Gregory Hamburger was skiing at Balsam's Wilderness Ski Area in Dixville Notch this afternoon. Police say he slid off a trail and hit a tree. Members of the ski patrol and doctors on the scene were unable to save him. One man is dead and a woman hospitalized after a rollover accident on Interstate 89. It happened Friday night in Springfield. Police say the couple's SUV hit a guardrail, rolled over, and both passengers were thrown from the vehicle. The man died at the scene. The woman was hospitalized with serious injuries. Their names have not been released. A mix of snow and freezing rain turned roads into ice in some parts of our region tonight. Several car accidents have been reported, and part of Interstate 89 between exit 8 and 9 was closed for a while tonight. Well, Dave joins us now with more on this storm, so I guess the big question, what are we in for?
Yeah, it's definitely been a really slippery, sloppy mess out there tonight, Darren. And even here in the Champlain Valley, we can expect some freezing rain before things change back to light snow by mid-morning on Monday. So let's take a look and see what's going on. We are under a winter weather advisory for the Adirondacks in eastern Vermont, also most of New Hampshire, until Monday morning. Those are the areas that are most likely to see ice accumulation. So on the radar, it really doesn't look that bad, but don't be fooled. We all know it takes very little freezing rain to cause dangerous driving conditions. Now, one area in particular is going to be getting hit really hard, and that's the St. Lawrence Valley into the northern Adirondacks, this general area right here, you could see up to a quarter-inch of ice by Monday morning. And another problem area will be the Connecticut River Valley. There has been ice accumulation right along I-89 where Darren was talking about, and that is extending up into the Sherbrooke, Canada area as well. Here in the Champlain Valley and into southern Vermont, it's not quite as bad. In fact, Bennington has been in the low 40s during the evening with just plain rain. But the bottom line is, if you have any travel plans tonight and Monday morning going to work, just want to take it really, really slow.
By the sounds of things. All right. Thank you, Dave. We'll get an update in just a couple of minutes. Well, police remain on the lookout tonight for a pair of armed robbers. Two masked men tried to hold up the drag strip bingo in Milton last night. 3 employees were closing up at around 9:30 when the robbers pointed what appeared to be guns at them and demanded cash. The suspects then fled on foot without taking any money. Police from Milton, Burlington, and Colchester tried to track the suspects with a police dog. The robbers were wearing dark clothing and a ski mask. One stood about 5 feet 8 inches tall and the other about 5'10". If you have any information, call the Milton Police at 893-2424. Teenagers looking to party with pot brownies ended up in the emergency room instead early this morning. 7 teens from Montpelier ate the pot-laced brownies at an underage party. Police say the teens became excited, scared, and eventually nauseous. All of them were treated at the hospital and released to their parents. Police have not filed any charges yet. The city of South Burlington will say goodbye to a longtime firefighter tomorrow. Captain Don McKenzie was a 32-year veteran at the fire station before he passed away. A funeral procession on Monday will honor the man and his legacy.
When a fire officer like Don goes to the scene of an emergency, oftentimes the people that aren't there that are listening on the radio can tell the magnitude of the incident by the excitement in the person's voice. And people have said that Don's voice sounded the same whether he went to a trash barrel fire or whether he had a 4-story building involved in fire. He was just a calm, cool, collected, quiet individual, but when he spoke, everybody listened.
McKenzie retired from duty in 2002, but stayed close with his colleagues. Tomorrow's funeral procession will stop for what's called a final alarm in front of the fire station. His casket will be carried by fire truck. Up next, we're chilling on the slopes.
You know, after a few weeks, they start making turns. We put them up on the lifts, and next thing you know, they're blending in with everyone else.
Young boarders hit the bunny trails at Bolton, and this week's top 3-on-3 can't miss. You'll see it right here as the Channel 3 News continues.
Introducing Jeep Commander Limited with the electronic stability program, 3 rows of stadium seats, side curtain airbags, and an available 5.7-liter Hemi V8.
Would you please stop following me home?
Now, with overstock bonus cash, qualified returning Daimler Chrysler lessees can lease a base 2006 Jeep Commander for just $299 a month.
At Stowe Mountain Resort, we don't let a groundhog decide when winter's over. We know winter fun has only begun. So, to usher in the rest of winter, we're having our own Groundhog Day celebration. Come to Stowe on Thursday, February 2nd, and you can enjoy both Mount Mansfield and Spruce Peak for just $25. And the first 500 people get a free Stowe card, letting you save the rest of the season. For more information, call 800-253-4SKI or visit stowe.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Milne. 30 years ago, my mom founded the very first Milne Travel. Since then, we've grown to be one of the largest travel agencies in New England. Whether you're looking for a local motor coach tour or a trip around the world, our experts will do all the work so you can have all the fun. Come see us during our 30th anniversary sale.
Book your sunny GWV vacation getaway. Packages start at $6.99, including airfare, hotel, and transfers. Mention this ad and save an additional $50 per person.
Milne Travel American Express, locally owned for 30 years.
The chairman of the Democratic National Committee, Howard Dean, says the president needs to come clean about his relationship with Jack Abramoff. He's the lobbyist who admitted he gave some lawmakers gifts in exchange for legislative action he needed for his clients.
Look, I think the president should release the information about when Jack Abramoff was at the White House. We know that he met now, I believe it's been confirmed that he's met with Karl Rove in the past in the White House. We need to know who Jack Abramoff met with in the White House, and did he meet with the president in the White House? That's public information, and we're putting in a FOIA request to make sure that the American people know to the extent of this lobbying scandal. Does it reach into the White House in addition just to the Republicans in Congress?
The president has refused to reveal how much access Abramoff had to the White House, but has said he does not know the man personally. Everyone at the Vermont State House will soon be put to the test. All lawmakers, lobbyists, and staff have been asked to attend a Red Cross workshop on Tuesday to learn how to respond in the event of an emergency. Lawmakers will then share the information learned at the training exercise with their communities. Well, following Hurricane Katrina, people everywhere leapt into action to help the storm victims. Grand Isle County picked a sister city in Louisiana to support, coincidentally named Grand Isle. And this weekend, that southern community said thank you. Jack Thurston has the story.
Hurricane Katrina proved the worst disasters can bring out the best in people. That's true in Grand Isle County, where folks last year volunteered a gently used ambulance and a police cruiser to give to total strangers in Grand Isle, Louisiana.
I heard of Grand Isle in Nebraska, but not Grand Isle, Vermont, no.
But now Mayor David Camardell knows all about how generous Vermonters are. People in this island county raised over $40,000 to help Camardell's fishing town rebuild, and the donations are still coming in.
The Winooski City Fire Department is here today. Chief Dave Bergeron and a contingent of his department are here, and they have brought a gift of $500 for the mayor to return with.
We're going to rebuild the island. We're going to do what we got to do.
But the road ahead is very long. The Ragin' Cajun, as he calls himself, told a crowd of around 75 about the ongoing rebuilding efforts. Oftentimes humorous, the presentation referenced challenges in getting much-needed funds from the federal government. Still, the mayor is optimistic.
60% of my people are back. The school's been open. We got a few gas stations open, marinas open. It's getting better every day. And we're just asking our people to have a little more patience. The temporary housing is getting a little better.
The story of the two Grand Isles teaches us the answer to the old question, what's in a name? Compassion and friendship.
I think the friendships and the bonds, if you will, that have been developed are not going to end.
Mayor Camardell invited his Vermont friends to visit him in Louisiana this summer. He says his community's popular fishing derby will go on this year. Jack Thurston, Channel 3 News in Burlington.
Well, fresh snow isn't the only new thing on the slopes today. A special program called Chill is teaching novices to snowboard. About 35 kids hit the Bunny Hill at Bolton Valley. Burton outfits the kids with boots, bindings, and boards. The kids bring the enthusiasm and willingness to learn.
If you fall, then they'll help you up and help you go down the mountain and stuff. And everybody's helpful here.
But everybody seems to be into it. It's amazing what making one turn on a snowboard can kind of do in terms of putting a smile on your face and making a day.
Chill began as an after-school program at Bolton Valley 11 years ago and has since spread to 14 cities around the country. Well, Dave has more on that nasty winter storm he was talking about earlier coming up next. And a world-famous violinist is in the Green Mountains. This story will be music to your ears. We promise you that. Don't miss it. Later on the Channel 3 News.
It's time to take that next step.
Norwich will challenge you every day.
They'll take everything you have to give and reward you for it.
It's time for Norwich University. Norwich University provides excellent academics in a structured and challenging setting, one that brings out the best in our young men and women as they pursue a traditional student lifestyle or the Corps of Cadets.
Norwich helped me find qualities in myself I didn't think I had. Now, I feel like I can do anything.
Norwich University, where your son or daughter can expect challenge and achieve distinction.
Everyone talks about how tough their truck is, how much it can haul. But when we build a truck, we like to think beyond the first load, to the second, the third, the fourth. That's why load after load, job after job, year after year, nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota trucks, moving forward.
Now through Monday at the Superstore, you'll get 24 plus. That means you pay no interest for 24 months on our great selection of America's favorite name brand electronics, appliances, furniture, and mattresses. Plus, for a limited time only, get a bonus coupon for 10% off your purchase. That's an additional 10% off our lowest ticketed sale price in every department. It's through Monday only at the Superstore. The best brands, expert service, and low prices.
You've been practicing for this your entire life. The Chrysler Town & Country with Stow & Go seating and storage.
Now with overstock bonus cash, qualified returning Daimler Chrysler lessees can lease a Chrysler Town & Country for $259 a month.
Well, still pretty slick out there tonight, so I guess, when's this going to end, David?
Well, I would say around mid-morning on Monday. It's actually going to be changing over to light snow. But, you know, with the snow, it's better news for the skiers, and it looks a lot prettier, too.
Yep.
But in the meantime, though, we will be dealing with some freezing rain for tonight, including the Champlain Valley, so the roads will remain slick and icy right into Monday morning's commute. Let's take a look and see what's going on currently in Burlington. We have some light freezing drizzle out there, and it's 30 degrees. The dew point is 29, giving us a relative humidity at 96%. The pressure is falling, and the wind is calm. So here's another look at the radar, and really it doesn't look that bad, but again, it takes very little freezing rain to cause problems. You know, there's been some icing out there, especially along the Connecticut River Valley and the St. Lawrence Valley, and this will be continuing into Monday morning before it changes over to light snow. So here are the travel trouble spots pretty much everywhere. Bennington has been one of the lucky spots. Bennington, Vermont has been in the low 40s during the evening with mainly rain. Two areas that have been particularly bad, though, has been the Connecticut River Valley with some icing. That's where one of those accidents occurred. And also the St. Lawrence Valley. In fact, the St. Lawrence Valley could see up to a ¼ inch of ice by Monday morning. Temperatures are pretty much right around the freezing mark, 29 in Plattsburgh, 33 in Morrisville, 34 in Montpelier. Just a reminder, you could be a few degrees above freezing, but still get freezing rain because the ground itself could still be below freezing. Down to the south, a bit warmer. It's 37 in Rutland, 35 in Lebanon, at the freezing mark in Springfield. And there's Bennington with that mild 41 degrees. So here's the way it's going to work out. This system will be pretty much off to our east on Monday. We'll have a trailing trough during the afternoon and evening with a weak low pressure up in Canada. So that'll just keep some light snow around. That's not too bad. And then this system will be passing on off to our east on Tuesday. Here's a forecast around the region for Monday. For the Adirondacks and Champlain Valley, there'll be morning snow, sleet, and freezing rain, becoming light snow by around midday. Highs will be in the 30s. In the Northeast Kingdom, there'll be morning snow 30s, and the same thing for southern Vermont, a morning mix, then light snow for the rest of the day with highs in the upper 30s to near 40. Monday night, light snow is likely, about a trace to 2 inches, lows in the mid-20s to low 30s. And on Tuesday, mostly cloudy with scattered snow showers, highs in the 30s. Wednesday is looking good. We'll see partly sunny skies, highs 25 to 35. On Thursday, mostly cloudy. There'll be some snow showers around. Maybe the groundhog won't see his shadow. We'll keep that posted for you. Highs 25 to 35, and partly sunny. Pretty nice on Friday, but in the meantime, though, just, again, be really careful driving.
Yeah, especially that morning commute tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Dave. Mike joins us now with sports, and you got the top 3 on 3 for us tonight.
Yeah, we got some good ones this week, from buzzer beaters to great goals. Awesome. And Tiger Woods taking aim at the Buick Invitational. Hi, I'm Stage Davis, president of Lang Associates. I'd like to invite you to watch our Sunday Home Showcase. See our featured listings and let us open the door to your new home. Join us Sunday mornings at 11:30 on Channel 3.
What do you want?
Health advice.
When do you want it?
Now.
You can find a link to that study under Health Watch at WCAX.com.
WCAX.com.
Information now.
Information now.
148.9 cubic feet of cargo space. Any questions? Jared, does it do any tricks? Does that work for you?
because kids come first. Toyota, moving forward.
Hi, I'm Marvin Carpenter, and I did it.
Hi, I'm Mary Deans, and I did it.
Hi, I'm Wendy Audette. I'm a nurse, and I did it too.
Hi, I'm John Henning from South Burlington, and I did it.
Hi, my name's Tom, and I'm from Woodbury, and I did it.
You can do it too, right here in Vermont. The decision to have eye surgery may be difficult, but where to go for care is not. Vermont Eye Laser. Then you can say,
Hi, I'm Randy from Charlotte, and I did it.
It's incredible, and if anybody's going to have it done, Dr. Julie Larson, she's the only one to do it.
1-877-GO-VTEYE.
In conclusion, last quarter, our stock was up.
Stocks are up.
Yes.
Stock's up. It says here, stock's up.
Stock's up. Stock up. Got it. All right, everybody, let's move it.
I've never seen so many Hemi-powered Dodge Rams.
And hot new Chargers. And Grand Caravans with stow and go. We need a great deal. A really great deal.
Right now, qualified returning lessees can lease a Dodge Grand Caravan SXT for $199 a month.
The new-look Boston Celtics in Milwaukee for a matinee game with the Bucks. Wally Szczerbiak making his first start for Boston.
They send him out in style.
Ray can dig a hole in the backyard.
I'm not digging a hole.
You're digging a hole. Okay, I'll put out the cold cuts.
I'll get some beer.
All right. Let's put on a funeral.
On the next Everybody Loves Raymond.
Sunday night at 11:30 on Channel 3.
The Vermont Youth Orchestra gave a very special concert today. In a rehearsal before the show, the VYO perfected their winter concert called Floating World Music from the Far East. Famous classical violinist Midori performed with the young musicians today. The Grammy nominee tours the country, often participating in outreach workshops with young performers.
Just so excited to be in their presence, their energy, and just to be, you know, taking in what, you know, they're giving who they are.
I was so excited, I mean, to be able to learn from a musician of this caliber and just play side by side her, it's a dream come true.
Well, good for them. That's awesome. In addition to her master class with the VYO, Midori also performed last night with the Vermont Symphony Orchestra. Both shows sold out the Flint Theater. I'm sure it was a good time for sure. Well, not a good time tonight is the roads out there by the sounds of things.
Yeah, we have one of those messy storms in here with snow, sleet, freezing rain too. Ice accumulation is likely, especially in the St. Lawrence Valley and Connecticut River Valley. Keep that in mind if you have to get up and go to work tomorrow, and I'm sure a lot of us do.
Yeah, drive careful, folks. So, spotlight on sports tomorrow sounds pretty good.
Yeah, a couple of skiers heading to the Olympics. Chip Knight and Jimmy Cochran will tell you all about them tomorrow.
All right, that'll do it for us. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night. Good night.
All-wheel drive all year long. Subaru has been awarded the government's highest possible 5-star safety rating. Subaru, America's #1 selling all-wheel drive vehicle. Subaru, Outback and Forester, get 28 miles per gallon. All-wheel drive, it's all I'll drive. $1,000 cash back or 1.9% financing on all new Subaru Outback and Forester models.
Now through Monday at the Superstore, you'll get 24 plus. That means you pay no interest for 24 months on our great selection of America's favorite name brand electronics, appliances, furniture, and mattresses. Plus, for a limited time only, get a bonus coupon for 10% off your purchase. That's an additional 10% off our lowest ticketed sale price in every department. It's through Monday only at the Superstore. The best brands, expert service, and
low prices.
Come out and dance like the Penguins do at the annual Penguin Plunge. Channel 3 and Vermont Special Olympics want you to get your team together and do something crazy you'll brag about for months. You could earn great prizes. Get set to get wet February 11th in Burlington, or take the plunge in Newport or North Bennington. The Penguin Plunge, sponsored in part by Vermont 10.
Come on, look. Deborah and the kids are going to be home in an hour. You got to help me look for them.
They leave you alone for one weekend, and the only other living thing in the house needs to run away.
Hey, where you going? Everybody loves Raymond. We'll be right back. Sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Applebee's 3-course combos. A 3-course combo is so nice. 3 delicious dishes for one price. A little bit of ooh that looks so great. A little bit of can hardly wait.
Applebee's famous 3-course combos. An appetizer, entree, and dessert. It's a little bit more of what you love.
A little bit of oh, that's tasting good. A little bit of ooh, I knew it would. Eating good in the neighborhood.
This winter, get the safety of all-wheel drive, the security of a no-charge 3-year premium maintenance plan, and the comfort of no-charge leather seating. For a limited time, lease the Ford 500 or Freestyle for just $259 a month. Ford 500, named a top safety pick from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. 500 and Freestyle, nicely equipped at just $259 a month. See your New England and Northern New York Ford dealers.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
Wouldn't it be great to give your kids everything they'd love? Well, with Wonder, you can. Now Wonder has 2 new breads made...
His last meal.
Poor Pumpernickel.
Ellie's gonna hate me.
Hey, give me one of the...